is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the power rankings, predicting who should be the 1 through 8 seed in the Western Conference. Tomorrow I will do the Eastern Conference, so subscribe if you want to see that first. This was a little difficult because there's a lot of teams that can make it. It's going to be a lot of teams that's going to be fighting, as always, for them last 3 spots, the 6, 7, 8 seed, and anything can happen, whether it's a trade in a trade deadline, the Jimmy Butler getting traded, or even, at the end of the day, injuries. Somebody can get injured, kind of like Anthony Davis might go down. It hurts their chances of making it, or Damian Lillard gets injured and they barely even miss or make the playoffs. So only 2 to 3 games going to separate these teams for the playoffs. There's no right or wrong answer because we really don't know. That's what makes this fun, is to see based off what the rosters are right now and predicting that. It's fun to do. So I'm about to go from 8 to 1, so I'm about to go backwards. Portland, I had number 8. I know it's kind of random to have them as high as 8 right now, considering that they had finished so high last year. But a lot of people forget that they wasn't even a top 5 playoff team during the whole season. Like I just said about why this list is going to be difficult is because you have the Spurs. Nobody expected Kawhi Leonard to only play 9 games, and then Jimmy Butler obviously got injured when they was a number 3 seed, and they ended up dropping out of the 3 seed to the 8th seed because of the Jimmy Butler injury, and then Kawhi Leonard only playing 9 dropped them from the top 4 spot, top 3 to 4 spot, all the way down to the bottom 2. So major injuries to key players can very well cost you a season in the West because there's very little margin for error, and you got to win and take advantage of as many wins as you can, especially against the weaker teams. And you want to stay as healthy as possible because 2-3 games can make you miss the playoffs. Even like the Denver Nuggets, they miss the playoffs by 1 game. So you got to take advantage of all games as you can, because I have Denver number 7. I feel like they got a full attack. They're not a great defensive team, and I don't think they will be this year anyway. But they're going to be tough to stop. They got a bunch of good ball handlers, a bunch of good shooters. They got another good playmaker in Jokic that can finish in the paint, hit the 3, hit the mid-range. And he's only going to continue to get better. Plus, you get a whole season, hopefully, of Paul Millsap. There was another team, just like San Antonio in Minnesota, when they got hit with Paul Millsap missing so much time, it cost them the ability to make the playoffs. And his contract might be up after this season, so you definitely want to see how high your ceiling is with Paul Millsap, and you want to see how great he really can be with Jokic. And we might be able to see it this year, but then again, we said that last year. He missed majority of the season. But with Paul Millsap hopefully being healthy and same with the other roster, I think this team will definitely win over 44 to 45 games, which should get them a playoff spot. Number 6, I'm kind of torn between this one. LA, I think the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't really know what to expect from them. I don't know will they be able to have a great offense. I don't know if they got enough players to have a great defense. I think LeBron James is going to help them win a lot of games because his IQ, knowing when to take over, knowing when to course, knowing when to make the right plays and help his teammates get confidence, has always been one of his bigger strengths, is making his teammates better. I think him joining his roster allows them to relax, only because he's going to do a lot of the ball handling. He's going to do a lot of the playmaking. So is Rondo. So all they got to do is worry about getting in the right areas and knocking down shots, because they don't really have to worry about that. And Lonzo Ball is another guy that can play and handle the system, and that makes their job easier because he's going to run the offense and make everybody's job easier. Plus, you got other guys that can do it. Plus, you got guys that can shoot to a certain extent, and you got guys that have multiple offensive abilities. So they might not be the best three-point shooting team. They might not be the most explosive team. They might definitely not be a great defensive team, but they can be smart enough to win games with their mixture of veterans and their mixture of young players. The Utah Jazz, I had them at number 5. Just like last year, they was in that 4 or 5 spot. I don't really know what to expect from this team because Rudy Gobert is always hurt. I don't really know if Donovan Mitchell is going to continue to improve. We hope he improve, but we don't know if he's going to improve. Plus, Ricky Rubio been working on his game. They're going to need somebody to help Donovan Mitchell on the offensive end. Joe Ingles is a great shooter, but the offense is so heavily relied on Donovan Mitchell. If he ever has bad games or his body get toe up or get injured, they're going to really be hurt because they don't really have another guy that can carry the load. And we was even surprised that Donovan Mitchell was able to do it at average 20 points a game as a rookie. But, now with him being great and him being so outstanding last year, comes with more expectations. Can he get better? Can he adjust to how the defense is going to play him now? People are looking forward to and scouting him now. So now it's no longer you taking the world and the teams by surprise. They know what you like to do. They know how to stop you. They know how to guard you. And everybody's going to be going out there preparing to beat you and game planning against them. Can he make those adjustments to become a superstar? Can he become an all-star? Will he help this Jazz team get back to where they was last year, which was the playoffs? And can he get out of the first round? We won't know, but I do have them playing OKC again because I have OKC as the number 4 seed. They did lose Carmelo Anthony, who is better than Jeremy Grant, and he is better than Patrick Patterson, but they're younger, and they add knowing their role. Patrick Patterson knows what he's good at. Jeremy Grant knows what he's good at. He's going to bring a lot of height, length, and athleticism, better defense. You got Steven Adams. You got Robertson coming back. You got Paul George has always been one of the better defenders. They have the athletes. They have the size. They have the length. Their defense should be great like it was before Robertson got injured. The problem is going to be offensively. Paul George is a streaky scorer. Obviously, Russell Westbrook has always been a streaky high-volume shooter and high-volume shot selection, and his shot selection always been bad. He throws up a lot of threes, but he don't knock them down at a good rate, but he continues to take them. So can they find a balanced way to outscore teams in the West? That's the question. They're going to be able to hold you down. They're going to be able to steal games. They're going to be able to stay in games because they length, size, and athleticism in their defense. But can they, score and rely on Russell and Paul George enough, which they are streaky scorers, to win games consistently? They struggled to make the playoffs last year, getting on a little win streak, and they was able to hang in there. But will they be able to do that this year as teams can prepare for them now that they know how they play, or will they take the world by surprise and have a higher seed than 4? Only reason why I have them 4 is because San Antonio, they was the number 3 seed for majority of the season, but Kawhi Leonard and other injuries started to occur. Same with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who only reason I don't have the Wolves not making the playoffs is because we don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler was healthy, I think the Timberwolves definitely would be in the playoffs. But with Jimmy Butler not being healthy, I don't think they will make it. But the Spurs, I think this is a team a lot of people slept on. I was one of the biggest advocates of people sleeping on the Spurs, even saying in the title. A lot of people keep sleeping on the Spurs was the title. So I thought they was going to be great. You add DeMar DeRozan, a guy that's been an all-NBA player, all-star for multiple seasons, averaged 27 points a game at his peak. He has become a better playmaker. He has become a better passer. Plus, he's one of the best one-on-one scorers in the league. Plus, he's going to be working on this three-point shot. He's not a great three-point shooter, but he's with Chip England, one of the best development coaches in the game. He has turned a lot of people's careers around, and he has taught a lot of people how to shoot. So why he can't do it to DeMar DeRozan, who is a hard worker. Plus, this is a good spot for him because the Spurs believe in family. The Spurs believe in loyalty, and that's the same thing that DeMar DeRozan believes in. So he should fit right into this organization, and he is a hard worker. He puts in a lot of work. To me, he got better every single season. So I don't see why having a better coach, a better development staff, and some great teammates around him, why he cannot fit and win 50-plus games and finish in the top 3 in the Western Conference. So I think this team is either going to surprise people or this team is going to be in that top 3, which is not a surprise for me because I have them already in there. Houston, I like this roster. Only problem with them is they lack the defense. But Mike D'Antoni didn't have much defense when he won 60-plus games back-to-back seasons with Steve Nash Phoenix Suns, and he won 65 games last year with James Harden missing time, Chris Paul missing time, and they still was able to get to the Western Conference Finals. So even though their defense get worse, it's going to be hard to stop this team offensively. Every single game, they're going to really be potent, and they're going to really be pushing the ball, and they're going to really be picking apart defenses. And that should be enough to finish with at least 55 plus games. And if they do that, that should easily land on the number 1, 2, or 3 seed in the West. And James Harden has been able to win 50 plus games even without great defenders, and he's been able to win 50 plus games without having other All-Stars, because Dwight Howard missed a lot of games when he was with Houston, and they were still able to finish second or in that top 5. So I don't see why they can't do it now with Chris Paul and other team players on this team. Plus, they defense, I think this is a time for Clint Capella to take a bigger role defensively. He was already one of the better defensive centers in the league, with them relying more on switching and Clint Capella being a great switching center. And I think he should rely more after getting paid on being a better rim protector. And if he's able to do that, this team might slip defensively on the perimeter, but I think they can rely a little bit more on Clint Capella to be a help defender, an anchor in that paint, and a great switch defender. I think Chris Paul is going to be one of the best defenders at that point guard position, like he always been. Plus, James Harden has cared more, but he still needs to buy more into defense, and he has been able to do that. And same with Carmelo Anthony. But they have enough talent to outscore anybody, and if they're able to do that, they're going to rack up a lot of wins. And I don't see why they can't finish in the top 3 at worst in the Western Conference. Golden State, not too much to say with this team. This team didn't finish with the best record last year because of injuries, because of urgency. But I think coming off a championship, getting pushed by the Rockets, you have Kevin Durant angry. He's getting technical. He's frustrated. I think they get it together and be able to finish with at least 57 to 60 plus wins. If they're able to do that, they should either get the second or the first seed in the Western Conference. Steph Curry looked at hungry in preseason. Klay Thompson got another year that he wants to prove that he's one of the better shooting guards in the league, and he's worth a max contract. Draymond Green wants to get back on to that Defensive Player of the Year status. Kevin Durant, he wants to prove that he's the best player in the world, and he's deserving of the championships and the Finals MVPs. And he just want to shut up the critics and the haters and just let him know that he's better than LeBron, even if he doesn't, that he's up in that echelon, which he's been able to do, but he's not getting passed up by Kawhi. He's not getting passed up by AD and these other guys that's trying to take his spot. It's either he's going to move up or he's going to solidify that he's still one of the best players, top 2 players in the league. And if he's able to do that, he's not going to complain, but they should be able to at least win 57 to 65 plus games. And if they're able to do that, that should give them the number 1 seed in the West. It's going to be tough against the Spurs. It's going to be tough against the Rockets. You can even give a lot of credit to OKC, but I really, truthfully, and honestly see Golden State finishing first. Only reason why they won't is because of injuries, or just because the West has got so much better from top to bottom. Everybody has been able to get talent. The talent has been so spread out in the league that teams like Phoenix get Trevor Ariza, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. They have gotten better. The Mavericks obviously get Doncic. They obviously get DeAndre Jordan. They have gotten better. The only team that didn't really get that much better is the Sacramento Kings, but they get more experience. They're more younger. They athletic and they're hungry, because most of them are getting ready to get paid this year and next year. So I don't see why they want to take this season a little bit more serious. Plus, you got a lot of these contenders coming back with the same roster that has chemistry, or they added more talent to their roster to make a better push at Golden State. So with that being said, this is my top 8 teams in the Western Conference. Let me know who you guys have as y'all top 8 team. Should the Pelicans make it? Do the Timberwolves still make it? Do a team like Dallas sneak in? Let me know who you think your top 8 teams in the Western Conference is. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description to comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Also, check out my spread shirt. That'll be in the comment section in the description below. You can find t-shirts, hoodies, and even sweaters in my spread shirt, also accessories like cell phone cases, water bottles, pillowcases, whatever you think you need, I have available on my spread shirt. Thanks for supporting my buying products. Thanks for liking on Facebook. Thanks for liking my videos, and thanks for binge watching all my content and watching all my What to Expect. Now it's time to do the Eastern Conference tomorrow. Let me know what you guys think about your power rankings. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm gone. Whew! That's a lot of talking.